Welcome to all our viewers in India and around the world. You are watching Defense Dynamics and I am Danveer Singh coming to you from New Delhi. Today we are looking at a major strategic leap in India-France defense ties. A landmark technical agreement between DRDO and France's DGA, it has opened doors to deeper technology sharing, co-development and especially so in next-generation underwater systems for submarine warfare. And from the United States, Washington has cleared a possible foreign military sale of Javelin anti-tank missiles to India. It's a small deal in size but strategically very important. It reinforces defense continuity despite economic tensions and it adds a sharp precision anti-armour punch to India's arsenal. There's another US approval to 216 M982A1 Excalibur precision-guided artillery rounds for India. GPS-guided, accurate, within 2 meters and already tested by the Indian Army, Excalibur will significantly strengthen India's precision strike capability across diverse terrain. And in my take, I'll talk about aviation ethics and the pilot code in light of Tejas crash. But first, let's take a look at the global defense headlines. The Indian Navy has commissioned the indigenous Mahe-class anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft INS Mahe. Built by Cochin Shipyard with more than 80% Indian content, it gives a big push to Atmanirbhar Bharat and boosts coastal and shallow water warfare capabilities with advanced sensor and weapons. The 19th edition of Exercise Surya Kiran underway in Pithoragarh from 25th November to 8th December 2025 is enhancing joint preparedness for jungle warfare and counter-terror operations in mountains. The exercise also includes niche technology integration to improve interoperability and deepen Indo-Nepal defense ties. Endural Australia will deliver the first Ghost Shark autonomous underwater vehicle for Royal Australian Navy in January 2026. Developed under a $100 million tri-party research and development program, 3 prototype XL AUVs were delivered in year 2025. Now part of a AUD 1.7 billion production program, Ghost Sharks will support ISR and strike missions with strong export prospects. The United States Army has selected 9 bases as prototype hubs for Project Janus, its micro-nuclear reactor program. Sites like Fort Benning, Fort Bragg and Redstone Arsenal will test next-generation nuclear power options for critical military infrastructure there. The United Kingdom has cancelled the Shadow R2 Elint aircraft upgrade due to delays, capability gaps and rising costs. Officials said that project couldn't meet required performance benchmark. The Ministry of Defence will now focus on sustaining the current Shadow R1 fleet and other defence priorities. India and France have taken a major strategic step, the signing of landmark technical agreement between the DRDO and France's DGA. On the surface, it sounds like a routine announcement, but it actually opens the gates to deeper collaboration, advanced technologies and co-development of systems that can transform India's future military capabilities. So in today's episode, we break it down simply in real, tangible terms to understand why this agreement is being called a game changer. Here's what Ministry of Defence says about the agreement. It lays the foundation for equipment and technology transfer, joint research and co-development in some of the most critical high-end domains of modern warfare. These include partnerships across frontier technologies such as aeronautical platforms including next-generation fighters and airborne systems, unmanned vehicles in the air, on land and underwater, advanced materials for stealth, survivability and protection, cyber security and artificial intelligence for future battlefield networks, space technologies, navigation systems and precision warfare, advanced propulsions and sensors, all these which are critical for missiles and UAVs, quantum technologies which will shape future deterrence, underwater systems crucial for submarine warfare and autonomous maritime operations. So what exactly can France offer India? Let's break it down domain by domain, starting with aeronautical platforms like India's next generation AMCA fighter and airborne systems such as Netra.
France remains one of the few Western nations willing to engage in deep transfer of technology with India. The key areas being the infrared and future combat system linked technologies, which will provide access to 6th generation combat systems, stealth shaping methodologies, and also sensor fusion algorithms. Safran has offered full jet engine transfer of technology that includes hot section technology, single crystal blades, high pressure turbine designs, which are very critical for India's futuristic AMCA Mark II program. The transfer of spectra-derived EW technologies like the active electronically scanned array radars and the integration technology alongside jamming algorithms. Then comes the airborne radars. Co-development of Uttam Mark III and IV class ASA radars and GAN-based modules are very critical for India. Hence, the French cooperation will be a great boon. As far as airborne intelligence surveillance recce platforms are concerned, joint development of airborne early warning and control systems on Airbus platform will be a game changer as far as Indian Air Force is concerned, and French will provide necessary technology after this agreement.
In the unmanned vehicle domain, whether air, land or underwater, France brings some of the world's most advanced autonomous systems developed by Naval Group, Dassault, Thales and Airbus.
India needs cutting-edge technologies in her medium and high-altitude UAV programs like the Tapas and Ghatak. Technology derived from Huron and Euro-MALE programs for enhancing stealth shaping, composite structures, autonomous in-flight decisions can be a big boost to indigenous strength. Next are the collaboration in electronic warfare UAVs, meaning technology for swarm control, loyal wingman design, low observable and UAV frames. When it comes to unmanned ground vehicles, Nexter's robotics for high mobility ground unmanned platforms are amongst the world's most advanced systems India can immensely benefit from. And India recently tested its AUVs at Visakhapatnam. After this agreement, DRDO can get more refined and high-end technology straight out of French Naval Group's deep water unmanned system for mine countermeasures and underwater intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance, and also underwater mapping.
In modern warfare, the side that gains an edge in stealth, survivability and protection holds the advantage. Advanced materials are critical to achieving this. India needs them, and France is willing to share these high-end technologies to India.
France can transfer radar absorbent materials called RAMs like polymers, ferrite composites and carbon silicon coatings for India's fighters and UAV programs. French expertise in stealth shaping methodologies can help cut time for research and development of our futuristic 6th generation fighters. India's future-ready combat vehicle would need advanced armor composites. French can collaborate in technologies used in LACRAC MBT and VBCI. And as India sits in the world of hypersonic missiles, 6th generation fighters and supersonic UAVs, the heat-resistant alloys for missile frames, engine components would enhance operational effectiveness manifold. While the self-healing materials and polymer ceramic blends well for survivability of high-end critical components. In this matrix, France's Thales and Atos lead in secure networks, avionics and battlespace AI. The potential transfers would include end-to-end encrypted battle communication systems, AI-enabled decision support tools for multi-domain operations, combat cloud architectures, cyber defense systems for military-grade networks and EW cyber fusion. Space technologies, navigation systems and precision warfare are going to be critical in futuristic warfare. Space being strong Indo-French pillar with cooperation between ISRO and CNES, the French can transfer a number of technologies, namely the satellite-based ISR technology with high-resolution optical and SAR payload integration, guidance systems for PGMs that would include inertial navigation, anti-spoofing GNSS, space situational awareness algorithms, micro-satellite bus technologies for real-time battlefield support, and re-entry control technology for hypersonics.
India's debate over the indigenous Kaveri jet engine intensified after delays in the delivery of American GE engines, which pushed LCA Tejas Mark II schedules off the mark. France's Safran then stepped in with an offer for joint jet engine development, a crucial opportunity for India to secure air power without foreign dependencies. That's why advanced propulsion and sensors essential for missiles and UAVs are now on the top priority, and France is among the few willing to transfer this propulsion IP.
Jet engine hot core transfer of technology has been offered by Safran for co-developing a 110 to 130 kN engine for AMCA with full TOT including combustor and HPT cooling technology. Turbojet, turbofan technology for UAVs and cruise missiles that includes small turbojets, fuel-efficient turbofans and stealthier intakes. Seeker technology being very critical to missiles, the IIR seekers, dual mode RF and IIR guidance, GAN-based ASA seekers will be major area of cooperation between two countries. Power management systems for long endurance hail and mail UAVs can strengthen out of this collaboration between the DRDO and the French.
And let's not forget France's global leadership in quantum technology. Quantum gravimeter for submarine detection, quantum communication and encryption for secured command networks, cold atom clocks that outperform GPS clocks, quantum enhanced inertial navigation for GPS denied environments, something India learned the hard way during Kargil war when GPS data was altered. And also quantum radar collaboration is also being discussed. This is deep, high-end cooperation. Finally, underwater systems for submarine warfare and autonomous maritime operations. France's Naval Group has unparalleled cooperation experience with India. This new agreement allows both sides to explore deeper levels of technology transfer, with Pakistan inducting AIP-equipped Hangoor-class submarines from China. India urgently needs next-generation fuel cell AIP systems to extend underwater endurance and lethality, especially India's P-75 submarines, which will rely heavily on these technologies. Potential areas of French cooperation would include pump jet propulsions for nuclear attack submarines or the SSNs, low acoustic signature design as in Barracuda class submarines, and then torpedo technology guidance propulsion and countermeasures for UUVs for deep sea ISR, mine warfare and seabed mapping, non-hull penetrating mast and advanced sonar suits. So what sets France apart? France stands out because it is the only major Western power that is ready to work with India on deep technology transfer, including propulsion, joint development of future fighters and engines, including underwater cooperation up to SSN level technologies. Also, artificial intelligence, cyber battle networks, quantum and space warfare technologies that remain restricted globally. The United States has also taken a key step in strengthening defense ties with India by approving a possible sale of Javelin anti-tank missile systems worth $45.7 million US. The notification has already been sent to the US Congress.
The United States has approved a possible foreign military sale to India of Javelin missile systems and related equipment worth an estimated $45.7 million US. According to the US Defense Security Cooperation Agency, or the DSCA, the required certification has been delivered to Congress for review. The Government of India has requested 100 FGM-148 Javelin rounds, 1 Javelin FGM-148 missile fly-to-buy, and 25 Javelin lightweight command launch units, also known as Javelin Block 1 CLUs. India's frontline infantry battalions, including units deployed in eastern Ladakh and eastern sector, have been seeking a more quick reaction weapon to counter sudden armored thrust in contested zones. The Javelin package directly supports this requirement, bridging gaps until India's own next generation ATGMs enter mass production. The package includes several non-major defense items such as missile simulation rounds, battery coolant units, interactive electronic technical manuals, operator manuals, refurbishment services, and other elements of logistics and program support. The proposed Javelin package will strengthen India's ability to counter armored threats and enhance interoperability with the US forces. The Javelin system, jointly produced by RTX and Lockheed Martin, would enable infantry to engage armored targets at long ranges with high accuracy. The Javelin FGM-148 is a shoulder-fired, fire-and-forget anti-tank guided missile known for its effectiveness against armored vehicles and fortified positions. Its infrared guidance allows the operator to lock onto a target before launch and then relocate immediately after firing. The missile's top attack mode, striking tanks where armor is weakest, and its tandem charge warhead, engineered to defeat explosive reactive armor, have made the Javelin one of the most widely deployed anti-armor systems in the world.
The Javelin deal may be small, but it matters strategically. It signals continuity in defense ties at a time when tariffs and trade tensions are testing the bilateral relationship. For India, it adds precision anti-armor firepower. For Washington, it reinforces trust with a key Indo-Pacific partner. How both nations balance hard security, technology, cooperation, and economic disagreements in the coming months will shape the next phase of India-US relationship. Next, a major boost to India's precision strike capability. The US has formally notified Congress of a proposed sale of 216 Excalibur M982A1 precision-guided artillery rounds to India. These GPS-guided rounds, already tested by the Indian Army, can dramatically improve first strike accuracy across multiple artillery systems.
India's push for enhanced precision artillery has taken a major step forward, with the US approving a proposed sale of 216 M982A1 Excalibur tactical projectiles. The Excalibur, co-developed by Raytheon and BAE Systems, Bofors, is a true precision-guided 155 mm round which is capable of striking within less than 2 meters of its target. For the Army operating in diverse terrains, such accuracy represents a transformative capability. With India's brigades deployed across mountains, deserts, and dense forests, precision isn't optional, it's mission critical. The Excalibur round, already inducted in limited numbers in 2019, proved their ability during trials from M777 Howitzer at Pokhran. Now a larger acquisition could redefine India's long-range artillery tactics. The Excalibur projectile delivers extended range precision, up to 40 kilometers from 39 caliber guns, 50 kilometers from 52 caliber guns, and up to 70 kilometers from 58 caliber artillery. Its glide fins and GPS INS guidance enables mid-flight course correction, ensuring accurate first round effects even in steep valleys or high altitude firing positions. Analysis shows that a single Excalibur can achieve what many otherwise would require multiple conventional shells. Thus, reducing time, logistics, and collateral damage. Excalibur brings artillery close to the precision associated with air-delivered weapons without risking aircraft or pilots. It changes about engagement geometry and counter-battery operations. The DSCA certification notes that the sale will enhance India's ability to meet current and future threats by improving first strike accuracy across its brigades. The package includes 216 Excalibur rounds, portable electronic fire control systems with integration kits, primers, propellant charges, technical data, and the US government-supported services. Importantly, the ammunition is compatible with all 155 mm guns in India's arsenal. That includes Bofors, M777, K9 Vajra, and Dhanush. With more than 1,400 rounds fired in combat globally, Excalibur has proven itself in real-world missions. Its precision and compatibility with multiple gun systems could give India a significant advantage in contested border zones where traditional line-of-sight engagements are limited. The system integrates well with modern digital fire control networks, enabling faster, more accurate responses. As India continues to modernize its artillery, the Excalibur package, now formally notified to the US Congress, may soon enter service in greater numbers.
India's precision strike capability is advancing rapidly, and the Excalibur acquisition marks a significant step forward. Tejas crash in Dubai, what it means, what it doesn't, and why we must wait for the facts to come up. Firstly, why was this crash bad from an export perspective? The timings could not have been worse. Tejas is on an active export push. Malaysia, Argentina, UAE, and new interest from Africa and Southeast Asia. An international air show is not just about aerobatics, it's live marketing. Every maneuver is watched by defense delegations, so a crash on global cameras creates perception issues. Optics hurt even if aircraft is solid. Renewed scrutiny, competitors will amplify it, procurement hesitations will increase. Already slow buyers may slow down further. In defense exports, perception is almost as important as performance, and the narrative takes a temporary hit. Secondly, why was this maneuver considered risky? The pilot was performing a high energy, low altitude display. These maneuvers are spectacular but unforgiving. Very little margin for error at low altitude. High aerodynamic stress with rapid transition, no escape altitude to diagnose or recover. Air show flying often demands more precision than combat flying because it operates at the edge of physics with no safety buffer. And thirdly, why must we avoid conclusions before the official investigations are over? Well, aviation follows a simple but sacred rule. Never speculate before the investigation gets over because a crash is never due to one factor. It's a chain of machine, environment, human and unknown variables. Speculation harms pilots, unfair blame can ruin careers and morale. Speculation harms the program, misinformation spreads fast and is hard to correct. Investigations are scientific, data recorders, telemetry, structural analysis, logs and pilot reports reveal the truth. As pilots say, respect the investigation, respect the aviator. Until the court of inquiry completes its work, any assumption are unprofessional. So my closing thoughts on this, well, yes, the Dubai crash is a setback for Tejas during crucial export phase. And yes, airshow maneuvers are high risk with razor thin margins. But one principle must guide us. Only facts, not assumption, should determine what happened for the pilot, for the program and for India's aerospace credibility. The investigation must speak. Until then, we must stay disciplined, informed and patient. That's all for this week on Defense Dynamics. Share your comments on social media with #DD with Danvi. See you next week. Until then, goodbye and take care.